Welcome, everybody. We are excited to be here today. Thank you so much for joining the session. Today, we have Lior. He is the owner of Amazing Business Results. We have Nelvin. He is a product manager. And my name is Carol. I am a solutions architect and a trainer. And so we're going to jump right in today. We are going to have a few sections for you guys. So first, we're going to go over some underutilized features inside of Zoho. Then we'll talk about some creative solutions that we've had this month. And then we have premium products without the premium price tag. So these are going to be quick fixes that you guys can use for a small cost. And then we'll jump into the live Q&A. And of course, we have the chat on the left side of the screen. So feel free to drop any questions in there as we go along, and we'll stop and answer those as well.
Fantastic. So we're starting with Did You Know? And the Did You Know, we're starting with the portals. So the Zoho CRM portals will be one of those features that visually they're not that great, but there is a way to make them better. So with the portals, whenever you're installing the portal, you will go one slide before, you will go to the channels, and then you will click on the portals, and then you will create your portal. That will allow your customers, your clients, to have some access to the data that you have in the CRM. And obviously, you can define which fields and which type of data your clients can see. The problem is that visually, those portals kind of crappy. It looks like a CRM from 30 years ago. Can you move to the other slide there, Carol? Okay. So one more. So whenever you are providing access to your customers, this is what they will see. So it's really, really not something that you want your company to be affiliated with. This is anyway my personal take. There is a way to use another features from Zoho named Zoho CRM Canvas View, and the Canvas View looks much better. So this is how it looks like. This is just a demo that we're giving to you, but obviously you can have any type of view that you like, any type of design. And whenever you're applying the Canvas View on top of the portals, now you have a nicer way to present the information. So I think it's worth knowing. And if you need some kind of a portal, try that before you're spending thousands of dollars on other solutions. I would say one more thing about the portals. In the last year, we experimented a lot with custom portals, which means we are building custom web portals on the customer website. And that can have access to customers can view the invoices, raise tickets, do basically anything that they need on the portal when the look and feel is like your website. And we're doing it using APIs back and forth your website. So it's something nice for people with that have a little bit of money. That will be about $20,000, $30,000 journey. But worth knowing for the people that do have the means and need this functionality. Beautiful. Okay, this is also my section. So every month we're presenting some innovative solutions that we provided to our customers. This month we are going to talk about a creator portal. So Zoho Creator is one of the Zoho applications in the Zoho One suite. It will allow you basically to do anything that you want. Most of the times I will prefer not to work on Creator. I will prefer to spend the money on a web, which looks better, has more functionality, and also can integrate with Zoho. But in this specific case, I will go with a Creator for this specific solution. The customer came to us with a need. This is a home services company that they will have multiple vendors. Those vendors need to communicate and work on their project as subcontractors, which means whenever the company will have let's say they have about 400-500 projects a month. Those projects will be associated with different subcontractors. They don't really have the capacity to handle so many projects. They need a way to associate the subcontractors with the right project. And then the subcontractors need to have some kind of a calendar that they can view the different projects on their creator calendar. In addition, whenever they are going to work on a project, there need to be a completion form that is matching the service, which means every service will have a different form. And the contractor is supposed to fill the form as a completion. Then it's going back to creator, that one of the managers is going to approve it. And then it's going back to the CRM to continue the process of billing to the customer, billing to the subcontractor, and so on. So the bottom line is, I think it's a very nice solution, especially that you're not paying licenses for the creator piece. So you're not having another $50 a month or $37 a month of license, but your vendors will have all the functionality that they need in order to fulfill their agreement without you needing to copy paste information from emails, text messages, WhatsApp, which is super common, and so on. So that's the innovative solution of the month.
All right, and Nelvin is up next.
Yep. If you guys can transfer the sharing to me So just a quick overview. This product that I will be discussing about will mainly solve a common issue in businesses. So one of the common issues are the duplicates, basically. So people or customers always log their in your contact us form in your website, for example, and then they always put the same email and then same concern every time. So what I'm going to show you is how to address those details.
Yep, and just to jump in, a super common problem in any CRM ever created, you will have leads or customers being created 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 times, and then there is no automatic mechanism to merge those records. Super, super annoying, killing your KPIs. The reports are all messed up. Totally bad. So we created the solution, some kind of an extension that works in the background. And whenever there is a new contact or a new lead, that will automatically match for a record that is already existing in the system. And based on the phone number, mobile, or email, we're merging automatically those records and notifying the contact owner that we did the merge. So I will let you continue, Nelvin. Sorry.
All right, thank you for that. So here right now, I'm showing you the settings page of our product. So in the settings page, this is where you can choose certain criteria, and you can even change the patterns. So in most cases or in some other products, you will just be able to merge based on email, merge based on phone. But in our case, we are giving you the flexibility to merge based on all of those. Then you can even have an OR condition. You can even turn this off. So that you will only use email merging.
Yeah, so the and or means that you can have, for example, mobile need to match and the email need to match. Only in this case, we are going to merge. Or in some cases, when it's or, it can be if the email is matching or the phone is matching, then we are doing the merge.
And then the next part here is the click bot. So if you are using Zoho Click, you will receive a notification for every successful merging. And then you also have an option to receive a notification through email. Now, let's say I'll just use Click, and then there is a disclaimer here that you need to check in order to save the settings. So as mentioned earlier, this happens all in the background. So the merging, you will not be able to get the merged records once they are already updated. So let's just save this one.
And what you just showed us, that's the extension configuration page, right?
Yes.
Okay. And
so now,
just a second, Elvin, for people that want to try this extension for free, how they do that?
So if you are in Zoho CRM and you just need to go to Marketplace. Then you can just search for our extension, and we do have a 10-day trial.
Okay, so you search for ABR and then you look for the ABR merged duplicates for Zoho CRM.
Yes.
Okay. And if people need help, can we help them?
Yes, absolutely. So,
Yes, sir.
so you can request for a demo. You can email us in our website, or you can just email us directly as well.
Yeah, and we have also weekly extensions webinar. Lots of people coming to those webinars asking questions. We help them config things, do everything for free. Just try to help here. Do you see some? Are you getting it okay, Carol? The screens. I see some interruptions there.
No, I see that too.
Yeah, something crappy there. I don't think that your internet is stable, Nelvin. Yeah,
So-
maybe Carol. Let's continue to the Q&A.
Yep.
Okay, so let's do that.
Okay, let's do this.
Let's do this. So
All
those
right.
were the questions that were collected from the different social media and YouTube.
And the YouTube. Yep.
Bring
So
it
we'll
on.
go through these now. So I have a medical practice and we're using Zoho portals to share information with our clients. Is there a way to share files and facilitate communication between clients and practitioners within the portals?
Yeah, so that's connecting to the previous section that I show you the portals. Part of the reason that I don't really like the portal so much is that you cannot share attachments with your customers using the Zoho portals. Sometimes you will need to share media, any type of media. A workaround will be to have a field that is a URL field with work drive link, and then all the files and folders and videos and anything that you want to share will be in this external link URL, and then your customers can access it. For our customers in Amazing Business Results, this will work fine because 99% of our clients will have work drive created automatically whenever a record is created, and our customers will use work drive to store the files there versus in CRM to save costs on storage. So for our customers it will work, but I know that many other developers not using this approach, so in that case the portal will not work for them if they need attachments.
Okay. I received a quote from a developer. How can I determine if it's the appropriate price? So
the $1 million question, huh?
Yeah, there's not really a way to determine if it's an appropriate price. What you can do, though, one very important thing is architecture. So that's something that we do at ABR, and a lot of developers do not do this. And so the common problem is a developer will give you a price with a vague idea of what you want. They don't know the specifics. They don't know the details. And so you get into this project and then they're asking you for a little bit more money, and the next thing you know, you spent $100,000 and you don't have the result you were looking for. So that is why architecture is important. So during architecture sessions, we listen to your business problems, we turn them into a Zoho solution, and we map everything out so we have a scope that we're all clear and agree on. And then we give you an estimate for the entire scope. So you know at the beginning of the project how much the final outcome is going to cost, instead of playing this guessing game throughout the process.
Yeah, there is one more thing that it can be maybe a tip, because again there is no good answer here. I would say that most of the prospects that came to us from developers that spend with them insane amount of money and got nothing, I think one of the common mechanisms were that they said that what the developer explained to them was not something that they understood, and they were, didn't really want to ask questions to sound stupid that they don't understand. So I think that you need to understand. If you're paying money on something and you don't understand the solution that you're going to receive, probably you're not going to get the solution that you want to get. So there need to be even because I know that most developers are not architecting things because they don't have the capabilities, the business capability to do that. And if they will not do it, it's okay, but you need to understand in details what you're going to get. and then work on one small milestone. Get it right, make sure it works, and then move to the next one. Don't work on multiple milestones without receiving the result of the first one, because then if the developer is not producing the result that you wanted, at least you have a way out with a little bit of money spent versus lots of money spent.
I received inventory and some items are of poor quality. How can I establish a system to create incident reports for each defective batch and notify the vendor?
That's something that we did for multiple clients. Imagine that you're getting a track load with 5,000 fonts. And as you go through the inventory, you found that 50 of them are broken. You cannot use them. In that case, you need to have some kind of an automation to make sure that your vendor understands that he knows what to do with those 50 broken pieces. You need to adjust your existing inventory because you don't have 5,000 anymore. You have 5 less or 50 less. And there need to be some kind of investigation that at the end of the investigation is or you're happy with the results or you're not happy with the results. We created a solution because it's natively not existing in Zoho. We created a solution for those customers that we're creating a new module. And this is a module where you basically receive the inventory. Whenever the inventory is being received, we produce a purchase order, and the purchase order will have the items, and then the quantity of the item will go up. In case that there will be some problem with the delivery or there are some broken pieces or anything like that, you will have an incident button that you will click on it. You will log the incident, how many items are affected, what is the reason, maybe pictures, maybe videos. And when you click save, your vendor automatically receives this incident report with all the supporting documents. And if the resolution of this specific case is to your satisfaction, you will click everything is cool, and then the inventory will be deducted and nothing else will be done. In case that you're not happy with the results, you will click that you're not happy, and then this vendor, the vendor imagine that it will have about 10 points as default. 10 points is the best. This is the best vendor ever. And every time that there is an incident that this vendor is not behaving as you wanted them to behave, they will be deducted 1 point. And eventually you can work only with the vendors that matching the criteria of high points, or the ones, if you don't have a choice, at least you know who you're dealing with. So this is the type of solution that we created for this inventory thing.
Very cool.
Very cool, I say. Super cool, I say.
Is it better to manage invoices within CRM or in books? So I say it's better to do it in books. So in CRM, it's a very old and outdated system using invoices there. So that was actually created before Zoho Books. So the difference is that it's very basic version, and Zoho Books is an accounting system. So you have a lot more features that you can use inside of Zoho Books in terms of invoicing. And you get the entire ecosystem of an accounting system there.
Yeah. One more thing about that, I would use the native finance modules, invoice, quote, purchase order, sales orders. Sometimes because I want to piggyback on the functionality. So the item, the module will be used for completely something else, just because there are lots of nice abilities in the module. Or the client will use external system that is not Zoho Books. They will use NetSuite or some other system. And then I can use that. I can piggyback on that while I'm working on the deal cycle. And then maybe with APIs or something else, I will shoot the information to the remote system if there are APIs. Mm-hmm. So in some times I will use it, but as Carol said, better probably to go with Zoho Books or some better accounting system for the purpose of invoicing.
What are widgets, and for what business cases could they be used?
So do you want to try it, Nelvin? We'll see if your connection is good now.
Sure. So widgets are basically, can you hear me well?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. So widgets are custom solutions, by the way, where you can have certain functionalities that is not normally within the Zoho CRM ecosystem. So this one, the one that we are showing right now, is an example where you can have like a customized branding as well. So you have your brand there, you have the title, and you even have like a widget with that will look up your products module. So this products module, you'll be able to select your products, add quantity, add price, discount. The columns here are the ones we are using right now, but it's again highly customizable. So once you have updated this opportunity, for example, or click an add row, it will all work accordingly to what you intended it to do. There's
Yeah.
also one more example here. For
But
example,
one
you
more
are
thing, just one more thing, if you can go back 1 second to the
Sure.
previous slide. So if you look, for example, here, it will be more of someone selling something, a product or a service. But we have also, let's say, MediCRM, which is our medical CRM. There we need it more for medical practitioners. So let's say, for example, if there are surgeons, they will not really have quantity. They will have an operation. The operation needs anesthesia, needs facility, which means a place to operate the operation. All those needs to be as part of this widget, and the widget will behave in a complete different way. So as Nelvin said, that can be completely customized to anything that you want.
then one of the other examples as well is, for example, you are creating a proposal. So proposal can be anything depending on your business. So it's like an agreement, contract. So you can have mail merge templates added in the widget. Once you have clicked on the template, you'll be able to generate it. And you can even have the way to edit the contract, and then you can even send it for signature. So
And
you have
those,
all of those information and automation on the back end.
and just so you understand, when you're clicking on generate proposal, it will grab the selected template. It will pre-fill the information from the contact, from the account, from the deal, will populate everything and will present it to you. So you can read it, and if you're happy with it, you can click and send it for signature or maybe approval of the CEO, and then it will be sent automatically to the customer, and everything is done automatically for you. And if the customer, for example, is not signing it, we can automatically send follow-ups. So they will be noted that they need to sign this proposal. So those widgets can be super smart widgets. Super smart, Carol. Super
Super
smart.
smart.
Super
Also,
smart.
it's important for you to know that widgets are not an inexpensive product. So there's a lot that is involved there, a lot that goes into it. So if you want a widget, just be prepared for the price tag.
Yeah, it's like $3,000-$4,000 for a widget. Yeah. But Carol said that she will sponsor everybody, and she will pay for
It's
everybody.
like Oprah, right? You get a widget, you get a widget.
You get a widget, you get it.
Okay. Is there an integration of WhatsApp with Zoho CRM?
Yeah, good one. Today you have the good questions, I see. Okay. WhatsApp integration is a painful thing in Zoho. I think in CRMs in general, they're just lacking functionality. We started a few months ago to develop our own WhatsApp integration. So it will have some automations and it will have some brain around it. Not an easy task, because by default, WhatsApp belongs to Facebook. Facebook has billion limitations. They will limit you as a developer as much as they can, but as a company, they grab everything they can from the users. So it works exactly the opposite of how they behave as a company. Super difficult to deal with that. But at some point, we will have a proper WhatsApp integration. For now, there are some in the marketplace. Not sure how good they are. There is also one that is natively part of Zoho CRM. Also, they are not sure how good it is. Most of the customers outside of the US and Canada will need WhatsApp integration, because in most countries, people don't use SMS, they use WhatsApp.
Mhm.
So it's painful that every meeting we need to say, there is, go ahead, check the extensions and find the one that you like, which usually ends up with, I couldn't find anything, help me, and we can't. So that's the story of WhatsApp.
How can we simplify our CRM records to make them more user-friendly for our salespeople? So the canvas view that we showed you in the beginning with the portal is what we would really recommend for this, because you can control exactly what data that your salesperson sees. You can remove buttons, you can have whatever design you want. So you can have boxes with certain data in them, and you can decide what you want at eye level when you first go into the record, so you can see they can find things easily. So that's really the absolutely best solution that we have for user friendly. If you cannot afford that right now, or you're not ready for something like that, just play with the sections. So break everything down into proper sections, put the fields there, put the ones that are not important or don't need to be used or seen all the way at the very bottom. So that's something that you could do immediately to help with them.
I want to show an example from Medi. Yeah, I do have it here. Let me just take control 1 second.
Sure. That was our last question anyway.
Oh, I'm taking control in the right time. Okay, so share screen.
If you guys have any questions as well for us, there is a chat section on your screen. So you can type anything there and we can read it afterwards.
Where is my window? This is the window. Okay. So that will be, let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. So that will be the regular screen. You will have a bunch of fields, and those are the sections that Carol was talking about. Creating those sections, it's still a bit better. And as you can see, you have lots of information going between section to section, or related lists will have lots of scrolling. Most people find it intimidating and difficult to use. That will be a canvas view. So for Medi CRM, we created this canvas view. And you can see here that instead of going and scrolling forever, everything is in front of me in one place. Much, much simpler. Okay. So we did find that the customers that we did canvas view for, we found that their employees are actually interacting with the CRM in a much better way. They're actually enjoying the work. For some people, it works well. For me, I want the old view, the basic one, because I'm doing it for like 11 years now. So I need the regular one, but for most people, they need something much more simplified. And also, it's worth mentioning that we can adjust, or anybody, you can also adjust. It's not like a magic that we do. You can adjust the view per position. So a marketer will see different fields than the sales, and sales will see other fields than someone else. So you can adjust the fields based on the position of the person, which also helps a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Super awesome.
Super
awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have any other questions that have come in at this point. Oh, someone just put a question in. We use Just Call with Zoho CRM, and it works really well, but we want to bring a solution to add real power dialing for about 20 outbound agents. We're going to integrate a Zoho Creator app just for them, so it simplifies.
Yeah, I asked the question just
so
to finish
we want
it up.
this.
Yeah, my camera even, right? So yeah, so we, 20 outbound agents, just outbound dialing. It's just hitting it, smashing it, right, all day. So that's a lot of calls, right? And is Just Call really, it seems like it has everything we need to be able to do it, but what do you think about cost efficiency overall?
Yeah, I totally get you. Power Dialer obviously will be a revolution relatively to Just Call. It will save you lots of money. I would go, and I will tell you also a problem that we're seeing with Power Dialers. Companies go with Power Dialers and they're looking for some kind of an integration with CRM. Most of the companies will offer Zapier integration. Now, Zapier integration, it's a huge problem when you're talking about Power Dialers, because you're being charged per zap. So you have one zap going from the dialer to Zapier and one from Zapier to the CRM, which means 2 zaps per call. You're running about 600 phone calls for each agent. That's 600 times 20 a day, right? That's about probably $1,000 a day in Zapier cost. So people not expecting that. They're creating all the solution, come to us, we have the solution ready, please integrate us. And we're saying, if we integrate you, you will bankrupt. We just can't do that. So it's something to think about. If you have an existing webhook or existing direct integration from the dialer, which they are, from the dialer to the CRM, we or any developer can create the magic of integrating it and log those calls. Some companies will allow us to log the recordings, to log the transaction itself, the phone call. If, for example, the person hanged up or no answer, we can initiate a follow-up in the system so this lead will not die, and so on and so on. So it won't be exactly the same integration that you will have with Just Call, but there will be something in the background that, based on the number of seconds that the call took place, we assume.
Are you saying using Just Call or using
no answer, and take
service?
action accordingly? Just Call will not have a proper dialer. Those dialers will call usually 1, 2, or 3 lines.
So
at the
which
same
one are you
time
talking about using?
And try to get the connection on the other side.
But not Just Call.
I don't have one that I can recommend. We have different. Just Call will not do that. Just Call will be a dialer. A regular dialer, you need to click, it dials the number and so on. The problem is that if you're using it for a call center that's supposed to have around 600 phone calls a day, with Just Call, or again, nothing against Just Call, Ring Central, all those solutions that are doing one at a time, you will probably be on the 200 mark. So you can do 3 times more with the dialer, because it's just shooting multiple calls at the same time.
We just talk to you at some point offline.
You can. I don't really have. I'm not trying to hide anything or trying to sell you services. I just don't know of a dialer that I can recommend. All of them will have some flaws and problems. And the thing is, when I'm recommending something, and there will be a problem, you will tell me, Leo, you gave me this idea and it doesn't work, and now I'm on the hook to make it work. So I prefer not to get into the dialers. You can get demos with million companies that have dialers, and see which one will have direct webhooks, which can be connected to the CRM, which I think it's important. I don't know any that will have a dialer view.
Oh, so
when you have a call, it will pop up like Just
we
Call,
would
Ring
probably
Central,
just say,
and so on.
okay, instead of doing 600 calls, it'll do 200. I see. But it still does it automatically dialing. So
yes, and then you do one by one.
I see. Yep. And what about
it is. It is.
Are they
but
basically around
slower.
the same cost? Do you think, like a Ring Central
That's the
versus
only
a Just Call, or
much more expensive. Dialers will be in the hundreds per line. Yeah, it's about 150, 200, 250, 300 per line. Yeah.
I think we have another question from Jeff Uli. What is your view on the Zoho CRM for everyone update? Would you be in a rush to convert or wait for further iterations or updates?
Jeff, you're getting me in trouble with Zoho now. I personally, I'm not sure I like this new update. But that's, yeah, Carol, you're getting us into trouble now. I prefer the old view. Personally, I think it's more efficient, me personally. But I think they are going to go with it if you want or not. So you will go to the new view at some point.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. You got me in trouble with Zoho for sure. I know it.
Okay. Any other questions?
Nope. That's it. Short day.
Okay.
Hey, Leo, can I ask one more question? If nobody, it's still Jeff, the everything question.
Absolutely.
So it's our business is a service-based business. Then we would have clients that we interact with every year, all throughout the year. And let's say hypothetically in a given year, there's 20 activities, tasks, let's call them tasks that need to be accomplished for each client. I don't necessarily, or I've kind of resisted putting, and they're reoccurring tasks that generally would show up every single year. I've generally resisted putting those into the CRM as tasks, reoccurring tasks, just to not kind of clutter that up, so to speak. And I've been thinking about using projects as a way to maybe do that, and obviously associate have a project for every client, associate that project to the CRM record, and really then I guess almost never close the project. It may be every year is a different milestone and maybe kind of close out each milestone every year, but you don't close out the project. Would that be an efficient way to do this, or do you have another idea?
Are those tasks dependent on other tasks? So if you're
not necessarily. Like there's a few dependencies, but not significant. They're more like bucketed, like they would happen at the same time. Let's say that there's quarterly tasks and maybe there's 3 that happen every quarter, and it's more that they're tied to the quarter than they're really dependent on tasks A has to happen before task B, before task C.
So every quarter you will have a bunch of things you're supposed to do, such as maintenance and so on.
Yeah. It might be maintenance, might be sending out an email. It might be, checking on our, as a side note, I said service business, but our business is financial advisory. We're financial advisors. So these would be clients of our financial advisory business. So it could be statements. It could be making sure they got their tax slip. It could be like just a bunch of checks to make sure certain things happened or got out, or schedule an update call with them, or whatever it might be. So they would just be, let's say, 20 things throughout the year. Some of them show up quarterly, some might show up monthly, some might show annually, not necessarily dependencies, but they're repeated tasks every single year.
Can you automate some of them? For example, let's say we have wealth managers working with us. They will have 700 clients, impossible to serve, but they need to do the know your client once a year. So we will send an automatic email that will say, hey, Lior, it's this time of the year. Let's connect. Let's talk about your financials. 90% of the people just ignore it. But from his side, he did his part. He initiated connection. And we're usually doing 2-3 emails like that just to cover his ass, right? So he did what he should do. So some things, again, in this case, obviously, he cannot serve 600. And this is why we took this approach. But in other cases, I would use automation to do it in the right way, but it's just saving the time to initiate the task. So then you're getting an incoming from the client, booking an appointment, or something like that is being done automatically for you.
Okay.
Is that making sense?
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
But in any case, I wouldn't go to Zoho projects. I would stay with I don't know if you know our follow-up system. So I would go with the follow-up system, which is a view. And every day I will have a bunch of things that I'm supposed to do. And those tasks will be part of them. Or I would stay with a task system and maybe just organize it in a way that tasks will be created automatically in certain times, just so I won't go to my task system and I will see about 1,000 tasks and then I won't do anything because it's way too much for me to even think about.
Okay, I'm a little familiar with your follow-up system. Like I've seen your YouTube videos on it, but I guess I'm unfamiliar if you can build in like reoccurring events or tasks in your follow-up system, as opposed to just the next task, right? Or the next follow-up.
Yep, the next follow-up will be this one task that should happen in a specific quarter. So if in a quarter I will have 5 things that's supposed to be done, I will just slice them across the month based on priority or based on anything that you want. And then in your view, I wake up in the morning, I go to my view, I see 30 things, I just nail them one by one, finish it, my day is over, done. Next.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
That will work, or the tasks, but the tasks need to be in a way that you're not setting all of them in one shot, because it's completely overwhelming. That you look at your tasks and you see that you're like 1,000 tasks, and it's not fun.
Right. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Amin, do you have a question? Looks like your hand is up.
Yes.
How are you, Amin?
Good. How are you, Lior?
Very good,
Hi,
sir.
Carol. Hi. I have a just call for my phone system. What I want to do is I want to send a text to my customers to say, hey, answer yes, and I'm gonna send you another text for whatever. But when they answer yes, I want a workflow to trigger. So
no problem.
Can I do this without writing a code?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, you just create a workflow that if I need to go a little bit in details, it will be on creation. And the condition is that the body of the SMS is yes. That's it. Super simple.
Okay, on creation, the body of SMS, yes.
That's right. That's it.
All right. Okay. We do
And
that.
then it will send the next text message.
Yeah.
Super cool, super easy.
Okay. Sounds very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So I think we're out of questions and almost out of time. So very good.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful week or month, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.